Hello, beautiful. Welcome to the Prosperous Room and day 19 of our journey through Proverbs. So, we are continuing our wisdom journey, seeking wisdom for our coaching businesses, our lives, and our relationships. And we are past the halfway mark to the end of this journey. In chapter 19, we are going to talk about self love, generosity, righteousness, and more importantly, seeking God's wisdom, how to do it, why to do it, where to do it, how to get it. In the last 18 chapters, we've spoken so much about wisdom, and I'm curious, how is your business? How are you doing? How is all of this landing for you as you read the chapters for yourself and you meditate on the verses? How is this working for your business, for your own life? How are your relationships shifting? Drop in the comments below as we continue to share this journey. So let's dive right into chapter 19. There's certain verses that we're going to really dig into, but we're going to read verse by verse, okay? So better is the poor that walks in his integrity than he that is perverse in his lips and is a fool. Also, that the soul be without knowledge, it is not good. And he that hastens with his feet sins. The foolishness of man perverts his way, and his heart frets against the Lord. The bottom line here is our continuous desire to seek God's wisdom, because otherwise we are perverse in our lips, we're without knowledge. And when we don't seek wisdom before we make the decisions we're making in our businesses, we don't make wiser decisions. We make foolish decisions. Yeah, they may create value. They may bring impact for our clients. They may even give us profits. But what could have been possible if we had come first, if we had led with wisdom and not our own knowledge? Okay? So seek God's wisdom. Let's avert foolishness. Wealth makes many friends, but the poor is separated from his neighbor. Yeah, everybody wants to be around people that are wealthy. It doesn't mean money. It means people that are healthy, that are happy, that are prosperous, that are just full of life and energy. Who doesn't want to be around that? Who wants to be around someone who's depressed all the time, who's sad all the time, who's down on life all the time, who has a negative mindset all the time, a scarcity mindset all the time? Okay? So it's not about money or not having money. It's about wealth. It's about riches, which is prosperity, life, health, joy, peace, all the good things that God has given us, the abundance of life, and not just money. A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaks lies shall not escape. We've learned in chapters 17 and 18 that walking in integrity in our businesses, whether it's with our pricing, our packaging, our positioning, and our marketing and sales and messaging, is more beneficial for us than lying about the value we have or adding zeros to our coaching offers just to make it a high ticket product when we know in fact the value is still only $1,000. So where are we not being in integrity in our business, in our lives, in our relationships? Many will entreat the favor of the prince, and every man is a friend to him that gives gifts. Yes, we all love gifts, and we all love being around people that bless us with gifts, and we too need to be a blessing in the world with our resources, our gifts, our time, our money, whatever it is that we can share with the world, because what we have is not just for us, but to be a blessing to those God has put in our lives and in our way and path for our assignment. All the brethren of the poor do hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He pursues them with words, yet they're wanting to him. Again, when I read the poor or the rich or the wealthy in Proverbs, I don't think money. I think people with a bad attitude, nasty disposition, people who are not taking care of themselves, who are looking at life through the lens of negativity. People don't want to be around you. Even if you were rich and wealthy, only hypocrites want to be around you if you're not, taking care of yourself. Only hypocrites want to be around you if you're negative, no matter how much money you have. He that gets wisdom, in chapter 8, verse 8, it says, he that gets wisdom loves his own soul, and he that keeps understanding shall find good. Again, we see the advice to get wisdom, not just to love our souls, but to get understanding, because with wisdom, it is so much more better than any revenue, any sale, any client, any profit, any jewel. So we know that with wisdom, We create the business we want. We create a life that feels as good as it looks on social media. We create the relationships that help us and support us to thrive in our businesses and in our lives. And we create more joy and peace and enjoy more freedom and impact, not just with our businesses, but with our relationships and in our lives too. So how are you getting this wisdom? It says wisdom comes from God. So this journey is part of that wisdom journey, okay? A false witness shall not be unpunished, and he that speaks lies shall perish. Again, the reminder to be in integrity and to speak words that uplift, words that are true. Not going around spreading gossip about people or going on social media and spreading gossip before we even know the whole story. But speaking in truth and being in integrity, working in integrity with our pricing, our packaging, and every part of our business, so that we can sleep better at night. You can have all the money in the world, and if you're not being in integrity, you're going to be scared that somebody's going to find out you're a fraud, and you won't sleep at night, no matter how much money you have. Delight is not seemly for a fool, much less for a sovereign to have rule over princes. The discretion of a man defers his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. You know, growing up, I was really hot-tempered, and I have learned through the years to just calm the heck down. I know that it is a journey for me, and that is one thing that I seek God's wisdom on every day, because as a mom, as a daughter, as a sister, as a friend, I know that that is a shortcoming that I need support around, and I pray about that daily, because being hot-tempered is like being a slave to something. It's giving away my power. It's saying, I give you permission to trigger me. So I need to learn how to discipline myself and respect myself and love others enough and have enough compassion to not give people permission over me. Anytime we lose our temper, we're basically saying, I'm more important than you, and I give you permission to trigger me. So I might not be the only one reading this who has dealt with, anger issues, but let's be wise and love our souls, and let us have discretion when it comes to deferring our anger in our businesses, with our relationships, with our spouses, our children, whoever, the people in our lives. The king's wrath is as the roaring of a lion, and his favor is as dew upon grass. A foolish son is the calamity of his father, and the contentions of a wife are continual dropping. Yeah, nobody wants somebody who just makes them cranky all the time, obviously. But we need to be who we want to attract in the world, and we need to be who we want to attract in the world, because how we be is who we attract, how we be is what we create. House and riches are the inheritance of fathers, and a prudent wife is from the Lord. So when you have a wise woman, love her, respect her. She is definitely from God. Slothfulness cast into a deep sleep, and an idle soul shall suffer hunger. The thing here is to just work wiser. So I don't want to use the word lazy, but I guess that's what slothfulness is. If you're lazy and don't want to do the thing in your business because you're sitting in a meditation cushion waiting for God to send the next word, get your butt up and get into inspired action based on what you've already read in the scripture, based on what God has already told you through your coach, based on what God has already sent to you through that inspiration you got, that motivation you got, that new offer you're creating. Take action, make that call, reach out with your messaging, and sell, so that the people who want what you have can know you exist and get it, okay? Let's not be lazy in our business, because that's how we share our blessings. He that keeps the commandment keeps his own soul, but he that despises his ways shall die. God has been reminding us to seek wisdom, seek wisdom, seek wisdom, seek wisdom. He that has pity upon the poor lends to the Lord, and that which he is given will he pay him again. So it says here that when we are generous, it's like giving to God, and we always reap what we sow, so we get that back in return. So in our businesses, where are you giving your time? Where are you being generous with your time, your resources, your money? Where are you being a blessing in the world beyond your clients, beyond your children, beyond the four walls? Sometimes I'm working with clients and they say to me, Mimi, I don't even know what I would do with $100,000 months. Like, what would I can do with all that money? You be a blessing. You be a blessing, and you get double, 10 times, 100 times more, because God always gives to you what you give to him. And that we hear that here in chapter 19, verse 17. He that has pity upon the poor lends to the Lord, and that which he gives will he be giving back again. So give to the Lord. That's why we make higher profits, so we can sow more into God's kingdom, not to get it back, but to be in obedience and to share that wealth, to share that joy, to share that peace. The more peace we share, the more we give, the more that reflects in our own lives. We attract who we be and what we give and what we do. So what are you giving, doing, and sharing and blessing? And how is that showing up in your business, in your relationships? And how is that showing up as favor for your family and your children? Chasing thy son while there is hope, and let not thy soul spare for his crime. Discipline our kids. Discipline our kids, okay? It doesn't do us any good to say, oh, well, you know, it's America. I don't want them to call 911. I'm not saying hit them. I'm saying discipline, okay? We're not their playmates. We're their parents. We can love them and still discipline them. A man of great wrath shall suffer punishment. For if thou deliver him, yet thou must do so again. Again, that anger stuff I was talking about, it always gets me because I'm aware of it, right? And I've been working on it for forever, which means I'm not really working on it. I'm pretending to work on my anger issues. And here it says that an angry man shall suffer punishment. And because if God delivers him, he'll have to keep doing it over and over and over again. Or if anybody else delivers him, he has to do it over and over again. And my mother has tried, okay? And she's always like reminding me since I was a little girl. So it is part of my journey here before we get to Proverbs 31 to work on this and to shift this and not be a slave to being triggered by others or even by myself, my thoughts. Hear counsel and receive instruction, that thou may be wise in the later end. So again, seek wisdom, listen to advice, but be careful whose advice you're listening to, obviously. Listen to advice and seek wisdom so that as we get older, we get wiser. There's no point in working harder all the time. As we grow older, we be wiser and work wiser. Working wiser creates benefits to them. Health benefits, profit benefits, love benefits, relationship benefits, a longer life, a healthier life. Who doesn't want that? More joy, more peace, more abundance to enjoy the freedom that Christ died to give us. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, it's the counsel of God that shall stand. So God's wisdom always wins. So, before going anywhere else to get any kind of advice, just seek God's wisdom. It's easy. It's asking God to give you more and reading the book of Proverbs for the advice that Solomon and other wise men have already given to us. The desire of a man is in his kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. Again, it is desirable to be kind. It is desirable to be compassionate. It is desirable to share kindness in the world. We can have all the money in the world, all the profits in the world, be as generous as possible. But if we are not kind, it doesn't really land with those we're here to serve. So where in your life can you show more compassion, more tenderness, more kindness, more love? How can you be kinder to yourself so you can show that to someone else? Because we can't love ourselves. We can't share love if we don't love ourselves. So this is self-love. How can we be kind to ourselves so that we can share that kindness with the world? Self-love, okay? So self-love is not a 5-step strategy or blueprint or formula. It's just being kind to you. And how does that show up for you? What does that mean for you? It means something different to everyone, because that is reflected back in the world, and we attract that in our business, our relationships, and in our families. All right. The fear of the Lord tends to life, and he that has it shall abide satisfied. Again, wisdom tells us that when we honor, observe God's words, and when we just seek his wisdom, we get more life, which means we're full, we have wealth, we have riches. I'm not talking about money here, you can have that too, but I'm talking about health and wealth and joy and life and peace. That peace that passes all understanding, where when there's a recession, you don't care about it because you know the ground you're standing on, the only ground, which is God's ground, and you're good. You're fully held and fully supported. The universe has your back because God is God. Having that peace passes money, passes anything else. Having that good health, so you can enjoy the freedom, enjoy the life, enjoy the money in your business. Without it, the money means nothing. A slothful man hides his hand in his bosom and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Again, don't be lazy. Do the work in your business. It's great to read the book and get wisdom. It's great to pray. It's great to do all of those things, but take inspired action from the wisdom that God gives to you. Take inspired action and do the thing. Do the messaging, market and sell. Reach out to your Dream 100 and actually do the work, because this is not the work. This is the thing that supports the work to be easier for us and simpler for us, and gives us understanding to know how to do the work and discernment on who to work with and what to offer them. So let's see. He that wastes his father chases away his mother, and a son that chases away his mother causes shame and brings reproach. Cease, my son, to hear the instruction that causes to err from the words of the knowledge. An ungodly witness scorns judgment, and the mouth of the wicked devours iniquity. Judgments are prepared for scorners, and stripes for the back of fools. Seek wisdom so we don't have stripes prepared for the back of fools. Okay? Seek wisdom, be a blessing in the world, share your gifts in the world, get wisdom to make better, wiser decisions, because everything that we create in our lives is based on a decision that we made in the past. So what decisions are you making today, and how can you be a bigger blessing, not just in your business to your clients, but to the poor, to those who have less than you, and to those who ask for your help. It's been good having you. Let me know how chapter 19 lands for you, and tomorrow we go into chapter 20. It's been good having you.